Hello, magical gangsters. How we doing today? Welcome to another edition of Gangster Magician Tarot, where I will be your host, the Gangster Magician himself. Maybe you've heard of me, maybe you haven't, who knows, but who cares? But just know, we're here for you. That's why we're here, because we love being here for you. So, got myself some African bloodstone here. It's bloodstone. You can't, like they said, you can't, draw blood from a stone is what they say, but apparently this stone has blood. I don't know. Okay. Always good to have a little citrine on you. It's a nice little piece here. It's nice. It's actually a quality piece of citrine. So very high quality. So, then we carry a little red jasper with us at times for luck. Because it's a lucky stone for the Cancer person, they say. And of course, we have our little selenite here, where we selenate our cards, we didn't do that last reading. We forgot. We have a ritual here, for God's sakes. It's like, you got to do the same things. You can't just come on and be all wild and doing all crazy stuff, okay? And of course, don't forget about the trusty selenite wand that we like to throw in the air and point at demons and say, we know you're a demon, we know it. We're going to get you, all right? And that's what we do. And Archangel Michael then comes out and he says, yeah, we are going to get them. We hate those demons. They're the worst. They're the worst, we tell you. Okay? And we may be a death angel, okay, but we also are an angel of love, and that is why we're opening up our heart chakras over here, brother. Okay? So just know, just because we're an angel of death does not mean we're not an angel of love. We're half and half. We're 50%, light and dark. That's what you got to be sometimes. You got to have those type of people. You always have those crews that, they do the dirty work. That's us. We're the 8th house crew. Okay, we're the 8th house. 8th House Avenue crew. Okay, we break down, walls. We people don't fuck around when we come around. All right, that's when they call the big guns. When things got to get really, they're getting out of hand. That's when they call you. Okay, so just know that's how you are. That's how you're being seen in the 5D. Okay. You are a powerhouse, okay? You're like a capo up there. At least a capo. A high-ranking capo is what you are, okay? You don't want to be the boss. You don't want to be the boss. You just said the boss, too much heat goes on the boss. You just want to have your own crew, is what you said. And keep your own crew here. So, nice little crew. Nobody fucks with you. All right, so just know, they fuck with one of us, they fuck with all of us. That's how it goes. So let's see what we're working with here. What's the overall energy? Who are we dealing with? We know that you're becoming irresistible to the counterpart. We understand that you're being irresistible, they tell us. Okay? And what is happening? There's going to be some people trying to avoid towers here, okay? This is what it's telling us. They want to, avert the inevitable here, okay? They're delaying the disaster, okay? This is causing them to suffer, actually. The longer they wait, the longer they suffer, okay? Because they have a fear of change, okay? So this is either your counterpart trying to avoid it because they know that they had to go through a tower here, okay? They have to go through it, okay? They're not just going to walk away from this unscathed. I mean, look what they did. I mean, it's just they have to learn lessons like you, okay? Because they, the King of Swords is here, and they see everything. And they said they don't really like what they're seeing here, okay? So they told me that time is almost up for these people, okay? It's enough with this averting disaster, okay? Because if I got to come out of this deck, this thing says, and I got to, create what I got to do, I'm not going to be happy, this King of Swords is saying. So it's basically like final warning, okay, is from this King of Swords is giving them. Your final warning: either let the tower happen, or it's going to happen, or it's going to be made happen for you. Okay? Don't make us have to come in there, because you're not going to like us after that. Okay? But who's averting this tower? Okay? Maybe it's not your DM. It is this High Priestess in reverse. Your copycat. This could be your own mother. This could be your sister. This could be whoever you want it to be. Okay, but just know this is a very, very evil person. A very evil karmic feminine energy that was totally against you the entire time. They may have appeared to be your friend at one time. Okay, but now they're being clearly seen as what they are, High Priestess of Earth. This person was cloaking your energy, or disguising yourself almost as like a frenemy of sorts, this person. But at the end of the day, they're nothing of the sort. They were never your friend. They just were there. This is a happiness hater. This is somebody who can't feel. So they're weak feminine energy that the only way they can stay above you is by appearing weak and, tickling the masculine's fancy about being a hero and being more powerful, and that's why them goes, oh my God, you're so strong. Like, you know, that's how they did. This is what the trick of them was. See, people, divine feminines like you or me, we won't do stuff like that. We're not gonna, you know, fucking tell the masculine what they want to hear just so they can take care of us. We don't give a fuck about that shit. Okay, and that's what, you know, they can't control you. So that's why they try to get rid of you. You know what I mean? And that's why you also have an Ace of Pentacles here, because you're a Nine of Pentacles, for God's sakes. Okay, you're almost there. Okay, you're living the life that you want to live. Nobody's gonna take it from you. Nobody's gonna, you know, mess with it. You're clear as day going to be who you're supposed to be, okay? And you're clear as day being there. And that's why this High Priestess in reverse, they never thought you were going to come back. They thought they were going to replace you. They were going to take your energy. And they were going to be you. They were going to destiny swap with you, they thought, this person. Okay, now they're being seen for that, and they're trying to delay the inevitable, okay? And it's like, what's the point? Just end it. The longer they delay, the more suffering it is. They say they suffer more. They're sitting there in their head, and the harder it's going to be for them, because it gives them more time to think of stuff that's going to happen, okay? Because that's all they're thinking about is how bad it's going to get. So they're creating more and more and more. So whatever, let them do it. No big deal. Five of Cups. All right, so now I understand why they're trying to do this, because this Five of Cups in reverse is telling me that, you know, maybe you're counter, but they're moving on. They're accepting that this person's a High Priestess in reverse. That, you know, this could be their own mother. It could be, you know, their whoever they chose over you. Okay, they're overcoming this personal setbacks, and they want to find peace, it says here, okay? And I don't believe this will be this High Priestess in reverse, but we can be. It could be them. Maybe they are trying to heal. We don't know. I mean, you did say if they turn in the you know, turn on the King of Swords reverse, that you would question, you know, contemplate it. So you can't go back on your word there, but at the end of the day, it don't really matter, because Four of Swords, you're resting and relaxing, okay? So ain't nobody, no High Priestess in reverse could even come near you, so it doesn't matter. These people, they can't come near you, they can't talk to you, they can't say anything, they can't play no bullshit games, they can't pull at your heartstrings, they can't do anything. That's all it comes down to, unless you go reach out or say something or try to interact with them. If you don't say nothing to them, they can't say nothing to you. That's just how it goes. But they will be doing things while you're not around. They consistently will be doing stuff, but it's going to catch up to them. They are going to be seen for this. And this tower they're trying to avoid is going to be the biggest tower they've ever seen in their life. Okay? It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Okay, brother? So just know that. So they're going to feel the pain. All right? The whole pain is coming for them. So it is what it is. They did it to themselves. You didn't do it. You didn't ask. You didn't ask to have this happen to you. You didn't ask for this. Okay, but you know what else you did ask for? You got a Three of Pentacles. People want to collaborate now with you. Okay, they want to work together. They see that, you know, you bring a lot of value to the table. Okay, they really think you're building something here. Teamwork makes the dream work, is what you always say, right? That's what I heard. That's what somebody told me you say, but. You know, whatever. That's a good quote. Then thanks for saying that. I appreciate you. You know, we like to work together, okay? But you know what we don't like with this High Priestess is, you know, trying to avoid going. This is their tower, the Five of Pentacles. That is, okay, because that's where they got to go. They're spiritually bankrupt. This person is so stuck that it's like they're with Gorilla Glue. There's no way they could get up. It's just like, and you're just looking at them. It's almost like, whatever. You're just gonna let them be stuck there. I mean, eventually they'll have to perish, right? If they're stuck and they can't move, eventually. So that's basically their future. All right. So if that's what they want to do, they could go out that way. No problem. You'll wait. Okay, we'll wait. We'll be over here. All right. We're gonna go relax a little bit. We're gonna, you know, rest and relax. We'll wait till you know, you're not there no more, and until you perish. No rush. No rush. Take your time. Okay, because you know why? Take your time. Because the only place you're headed is to not only to hell to never be seen or heard from again, but also to the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, they're losing it all. This High Priestess reverse. They're losing everything. Okay, they may have had a lot at one time. They may have been blessed with lots of money. They may have had nice status. They might have had a lot of different things. Okay, but this person got there a very, very, very devious way. Okay, they were maybe born into certain money. They relied on certain people they knew, but now people are clearly seeing this person as a High Priestess in reverse. Okay, and they want nothing to do with this. Okay, because this is embarrassing to people. This person was only getting away by whatever who they knew, but now those people that they used to know, they don't want to know them anymore. After seeing what this is, okay, because especially knowing As this high priestess is under judgment in reverse, people really start walking away, okay? Because they don't want to get involved. They don't want their name getting brought into this, okay? They're just going to hope this person takes the fall, okay? That's what they're hoping for. But somebody here is Five of Cups in reverse, is moving on. They're accepting, finding peace. That could be the people that this person turned against you, and now they want to be Three of Pentacles. Now they want to collaborate with you and work together. And causing this, while having this happen, is causing this, you know, high priestess in reverse to lose everything, because apparently they were supposed to replace you, and they totally failed at this. So apparently now they'll end up being sacrificed, and they're trying their best, Tower in reverse, to avoid this. So that's all that's telling me at the end of the day, because Eight of Pentacles in reverse. These people, they have no passion. This high priest in reverse. They're uninspired. There's no motivation. Okay, that's why they're in this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. That's why they're losing everything. Okay, nobody wants to be around someone like that. People want to be around Nine of Wands. They want to be around somebody who's brave, who's courageous, who's willing to take a stand. Okay, somebody who's willing to stand for something. Because you know, if you're gonna sit, if you sit for anything, I mean, if you don't stand for something, you'll sit for anything. Okay, that's what you told me before. Remember that? You told me that last week, I think. It really stuck with me, so I figured I'd use that quote for you. So just know that everything's going to be good for you, brother, because you are the bravest one around. You are the brave heart here, okay? Trust me when I tell you, we're going to have to get you some face paint and stuff. You're going to be coming out, you're going to be leading shit. You're going to be coming after these demons. That's what you're going to be doing, brother. Trust me. I understand what you're all about. You're a very serious person. You're not here to play games, you told me, okay? And you know what else? Not only is this high priestess in reverse, this person who thought they were going to replace you, your copycat that was hired, or whoever it was, this person is clear as day losing everything, okay? And they're trying to avoid it, but you have your Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and you also have a Ten of Cups in reverse, okay? So that is worst karma you could possibly imagine. Ten of Cups in reverse, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, I don't think it gets worse than that. Okay, and that's why this person, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, is uninspired. They have no passion. They know it ends there, but they're still trying to avoid this Tower. But Five of Cups in reverse, and somebody's moving on from it. Somebody's accepting it. So they know what this is, because Two of Pentacles, because there's multiple priorities, adaptability, balancing decisions here. So people were trying to find their way out of this. They don't want to, you know, they want to get to this Three of Pentacles with you, okay? So they have to get to that Two of Pentacles first to get there. So they see what they're working with now. Now they're trying to, you know, find their way to transfer towards you. While this person, your copycat, your destiny swapper character, they pretty much going through the worst possible hell one imagine. Okay, and this person's clear as day. Not only a high priestess. Okay, this is exactly what they're. Or this could be two feminine energies, but at the end of the day, it's still the same energy. So you have this Queen of Swords in reverse here. Okay. And a high priestess in reverse. So this could be, you know, like a mother-daughter duo. This could even be like just like an old, I believe it's like, I see like an older witch with a younger witch, okay? But the younger one's a lot more angry right now. They're getting crazy, okay? But the older one's still trying to pull the strings in the background, but they're losing everything because they had a lot, okay? Because I guess they built up a big, from all those years now, and now they're in this Ten of Cups and Ten of Swords in reverse. But this Queen of Swords coming off, or this High Priestess could be coming off like this overly emotional, bitchy person, that could be coming off this way. So it's very similar, because they know that you are a Queen of Pentacles, okay? They can't take that from you. They said that you weren't. They said that they were this. They tried to make it like they were this, and that you were, you know, a Queen of Cups in reverse. They tried to make it like you were nothing. But at the end of the day, they're being seen as nothing, because look what they're going through. They wanted you to have this shattered dreams, Ten of Cups in reverse, have nothing, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, lose everything. They wanted you to have all this. Okay, they wanted you to have no passion, be uninspired, not, you know, want to do like what you love, not, you know, do whatever it is that makes you happy. They didn't want that. They didn't want Three of Pentacles. They didn't want you to have collaboration, teamwork. They didn't want people to be around you. And they most certainly, they didn't want you to become a Queen of Pentacles. And you, being that, remaining a Queen of Pentacles, is why this person's losing their mind, because they're trying to say that you are this, okay? But that projection don't work. You're too protected now. So it comes off so ridiculous that these people don't understand. They just don't see how they're coming off. But this is how they destroy themselves. You not even responding lets them do that. Let them be a Queen of Swords in reverse. Let them be a High Priestess in reverse. They're going to keep doing it, because the less you respond, the more they're going to keep going with it. The harder they're going to take it. That's why I don't even pay attention. Don't even look at them. They don't deserve anything. Like I said, don't even pay attention. Don't even acknowledge them. Don't publicly recognize them. Six of Wands reverse. They don't deserve anything. They're very unpopular, okay? They're being discredited, these people. They have a lack of recognition. They thought they were going to be recognized at your expense. That they were going to be big shots. They were, we were the one who took, divine feminine's energy. We were the one, we did this. They really thought that they were going to, like, trick God and, infiltrate the divine. It's like, I just don't know how anybody would even think of this stuff. That's what makes me laugh. It's, like, funny to me, Four of Cups. It's like, how are they even, like, what are they even thinking about? It's like, what are they contemplating, okay? It's like, what are they reevaluating? This person, they're completely disconnected from reality to even think something like that, okay? And that just shows why these people are who they are. They don't know what love is, okay? So they don't even know what it is. It's like it doesn't even phase. It's like, that's what it is. It's a loveless situation, really, indifference, actually. It's the exact word I believe the Four of Cups recommends, suggest. Okay, but you know what you suggest is the Knight of Cups. That's what you suggest, because you are a romantic, charming individual, okay? You are a knight in shining armor. You will always be the first one to come in and, save the day, okay? You never needed no one to save you. You never needed this. This is what a lot of masculines, need this. Like, they want to be come in and save you, this and that. And that makes them feel good, but it also makes them feel like you owe them, or they can control you. That's why a lot of them say, oh, well, you don't have to work, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, I'll take care of you. They do that just to get you in the web, and then it's like, all right, now you're stuck. So now you're like, okay, well, then they could treat you however you want. Oh, you don't like it, leave then. Okay, then they hit you with that, and then you're like, well, I can't, because I have all, why would I do? So they'll keep you miserable. So then, until you eventually say, you know what, this isn't worth it. You'll be so depressed that you'll either, whatever, risk it all and just leave, or because at the end of the day, money mean nothing to you, because all that matters to you is this lover's energy, okay? So if you're not getting the lover's energy, it don't matter what money you have. We don't give a fuck. We don't want nothing. We're not going to pretend to love somebody or anything just so we could get money out of it. That's to me is the most disgusting, despicable act. I feel that you're selling yourself by doing that. We only want to be with, like, soulmates or, divine counterparts. Okay, that's not, and there's no judging if people don't. If they want to be with a whole bunch of other different people, that's fine. They could do that. That's their choices, but that's just not our choice. So we don't judge, but we don't see, we know that it's not right. Okay, but we don't want to come off as like, oh, this holy people, because when you come off too holy, then that's when people start to not like you. Okay, so you don't want to be too much with your lover's energy. You don't want to, talk too much about it. It gets people frustrated. There's a lot of things out there that people, you just keep to yourself anymore. That's all it is. You don't have to say nothing to nobody. Nobody needs to know anything. Okay, Eight of Wands reverse, because if they know stuff, they want to block it, they want to delay it, they want to hold off, they'll try to slow things down for you. Eight of Wands reverse, that's exactly what this is. They just want to slow things down. But it's this exactly with the tail reverse. So it's like, just whatever. We're like we said, we'll slow you down. You're stuck. We know. It's like getting those little whatever. There's like a mouse, or I don't know, whatever, or a thing that gets stuck, or a bug. Those little sticky things, and then they don't move. That's basically what they're in right now. And you're just like, well, I'm not gonna go. I see what you're at. I'm not gonna go over there and put you out of your misery, but I'll let you. We'll let you see if you can get out of that. And they're not gonna get out of it, and the next time you see them, they're not gonna be alive. So it's like, that's where it comes down to, because they did it to themselves. They wished all this upon you. You did not wish this on anybody. All you did was return this. Okay, they forget what they did to you. Okay, but you know who didn't forget what they did to you? You know who's seen a lot? This King of Wands, okay? Your benefactor, always on the bottom of the deck, unless it's time for them to come out. Okay, they're always going to be watching. They're a visionary, okay? They know that you're the real feminine energy. This is a healed energy that knows strong feminine energy from weak feminine energy, and that prefers strong feminine energy any day of the week. Does not like this High Priestess reverse energy, but does not going to come and get involved. They know that this person is going to destroy themselves. They will, at the right time, when they can expose this person, they will. They're going to point something out to them. They're going to say, this person, look what they're doing. And somebody's going to have to do something about it. Because people respect what this King of Wands says and does. Okay, Five of Swords in reverse. And now there's a desire to reconcile. So you have this Five of Cups in reverse and this Five of Swords in reverse. So that would tell me that's always a classic 55. That's a change. That tells me that, you know, fives are all about change. This tells me you're moving on, desire to reconcile. I mean, that's always what the DM eventually has to do. They always have to desire to move on, okay, from these bullshit. And then they got to want to make amends and desire to reconcile. But they would have to come as a healed version. You know who they would have to come as? They would have to come as this King of Cups, of course, okay? Because, you know, they're up and down. But if they want to, you know, heal and they want to, you know, just reconcile and they want to do it, it's okay. We'll listen, but we're not going to trust you. We're not going to do anything like you have to prove to us, this King of Cups. Like, that's all we can tell you. We're not going to make anything difficult, but don't go thinking like, get mad if, you know, people don't trust you. It's like, come on. You're a very, you know, very shifty person. I'm telling you, this shifty, very shifty they are. That's the best word to describe your DM. A very shifty individual they are. Very trickster. They think they're a trickster, but you know exactly what they are. It's like a kid who's thinks they're tricking, like, you know, somebody. But it's like, come on, you see what you're doing. Like, what's wrong with you? Okay. And you know who also is around here? So this is definitely a coven of witches here. Okay. So now it tells me everything I need to know. So you got a queen. Listen, this is all the worst energies. High Priestess in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. This is very angry group of witches now, okay, because their magic's not working anymore. Nothing works for it, okay, nothing. That's why they, you know what I mean? It's breaking. The spells are all breaking now, okay. Any spells that were done on people, any negative energy these Queen of Wands or reverse characters have done on anybody, then it's basically, it's ridiculous, okay, because there's nothing they could do to counteract you, okay. And that's why Five of Wands, it's all conflict, all rivalries, okay? They think they had a rivalry with you, these people, but they're not. This is just a bunch of weak feminine energy that work together to keep down the divine feminine so that this weak energy could stay, you know, above as the ones, you know, like this is how these negative energies stayed in power for so long. These King of Swords reverses, by trickery, okay? By witchcraft, black magic, evil eye. They did stuff that you would never do, okay? Because they can't feel. They're happiness haters. They're witches. It's exactly what they are. They wanted to have a rivalry with you, and they lost because you beat them all. You beat all these people, and they're all being seen this way, and they're trying to avoid the tower and slow things down, but it's not going to happen because it's all coming to an end. You're too strong, you're too powerful, and nobody's going to fuck with you no more. Okay, and that is exactly what is being seen. Everybody knows that they're trying to put off death. They want to delay the inevitable here. Okay, it's telling you everything you need to know. Okay, I'm going to stop after because I'm getting aggravated with this read. Okay, look, death in reverse. You know, trying to slow things down. Eight of Wands in reverse. Tower in reverse. Okay, it's like and this is what they're trying to slow down. This Ten of Pentacles in reverse and this Ten of Cups in reverse, which is clear as day happening. It's like it's already there. It's already there. That's why Eight of Pentacles in reverse. They're coming off uninspired. Okay, they have no passion. All right, they're not being publicly recognized. Six of Wands reverse. They're being discredited. They're very unpopular. People don't want to be around them. They're leaving them behind. Okay, they're, you know, Five of Cups in reverse. They're moving on. They want to find peace. They don't want to be around this. This is too much chaos. Okay, there's a desire to reconcile. People want to make amends. Okay, so this tells me that the DMs are walking away from this because there's a lot of negative feminine energy that were around them a lot of times in their ear. You know, trying to make them like they were like looking out for them, but the reality is they were just taking their energy the whole time and trying to be you. Okay, but now they're being seen as what they said you were. They said you were this Queen of Swords in reverse, this Queen of Wands in reverse, this High Priestess in reverse. They said you were all these things. You were the witch. You were this. No, you're none of that. Okay, and that's why Three of Cups. You're celebrating. Okay, people want to celebrate with you. They know that getting away from these people is going to raise the vibration. Okay, because this energy has been keeping the vibration down. It's a fake fraud. Nobody likes this. Nobody wants to be with this. Nobody's happy around that energy, okay? You know who's especially not happy around that energy that's coming towards you? And they said they're going to come. They said, I'm coming, all right, brother? Your King of Cups, of course, okay? So just know, your King of Cups is here with this Five of Swords in reverse. Wants the desire to reconcile, okay? They want to reconcile. They are moving on. They know this had to be done. They know this was karma. They had to go, okay? And you know why this is all happening? you want to know why? It's because Page of Pentacles, because you're manifesting it, okay? You are manifesting this all to happen. That's what you want. That's what you wished for. Don't forget what you wished for, okay? Please. I mean, don't insult our intelligence. We know what you wished for, okay? And it's coming. So get ready. All right, let's do my other cards here. That really frustrated me. I'm telling you, sometimes like when you gotta get in that energy, and it's like, it's just like that energy of like delay, just putting it off. Like I had to, like I could feel exactly what they're doing. Like it's like they see that it's the end. It's almost like looking out there and you see the fires coming, and you're just like, you're like trying your best, like going from room to room. It's like that's what they're doing. Or it's like you're playing checkers and they got one piece left and they just keep going back. You know what I mean? Like to where it's like, okay, some of the fun's got to give now. Somebody's got to flip the board here. I think you're just about ready to flip the board, they said. He said, no more games, is what you told them. And I agree with you. Because why would you want to play games with these jerks? They're jerks, I tell you. They're big jerkles. They really are, these people. I'm telling you, they're the worst. They just are terrible human beings. And it's just watch how these witches are all going to try to put the waterworks on and say that they're going to say you're evil. But they're going to say you're icy, that you're ice cold, that you're, ruthless. Because you're not, letting them off the hook. Like they would do that for you. But let's see what else we're working. Let's try to get, some clarification here. Okay, so 6 of Cups in reverse. So we clear as day know this was a one-sided charity. This was 110%. No unconditional love here. This was all conditional. Okay, that's why they're in this Queen of Swords in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse, High Priestess in reverse, because they're being seen. It's easy to come off like you're unconditionally loving when things are going good. Wait till things get a little difficult, then you'll see who loves you, okay? Then you'll see who really, 6 of Cups you, okay? Because most of the time you'll see that it was mostly just unconditional. They were doing it for something. Say you don't have something or you're not a certain kind of way no more, nobody wants to deal with you anymore, okay? And that's why it's not unconditional love. That's why only soulmates and soul tribe members, twin flame, these are the only ones who can have unconditional love with each other. I mean, you can unconditionally love somebody, but it doesn't mean they're going to love you. It's just a different feeling. It's like, it's soulmate feelings, and twin flame, it's that soul connection. It's different. It's like another level. It's like you just understand. You just understand what each other's going through. Okay, you just understand the betrayal, 7 of Swords that you've endured, It's like, it's not a trauma bomb, but at the same time, it's like, that it's like, wow, look what we just went through. So that's how you knew each other. So almost even before that, when you meet them, you just feel like you've known them before. And it's just like this different feeling towards them. And then when they just turn on you out of nowhere, you're like, what the fuck just happened here? Like, so that's pretty much what happened to everybody. But they did have other things going on. So it wasn't like these people, these masculines didn't have other things, okay? It wasn't like they did have other responsibilities. They could have been in relationships. They could have been married. They could have been, a business. They could have, have family that didn't want them around you. They could have been a lot of different things. There could have been lies been said about you. So there was a lot, anything like that that could slow you down is what it is. That's what this Death in reverse. This is what this eight of Wands in reverse and this Tower in reverse, because they just wanted to slow this down. But that's all they could do. All they could do is you're driving the train, you're driving your locomotive, brother, okay? And they just want to jump in front of it real fast. Of course they're going to get splattered. Of course you're going to have to stop the train, and you're going to, we got to go clean it up, and investigate. So it's like, this is what they keep doing. And it's just like, it's eventually, it's going to get cleaned up. The debris is going to get cleaned up, and we're going to continue to go. And then somebody else is going to jump. So you just got to expect that to happen, okay? Because 7 of Pentacles, because you have a long-term view, okay? You're too perseverant. You're never going to stop. Nobody's going to get in your way. You're coming off like a locomotive. I like that word. A locomotive. And, you're moving very fast, okay? You're moving very fast. That's all I could tell you. But people, they just think that they can still get in your way. But your long-term view is not going to slow down, okay? Because the Knight of Swords, you're too action-orientated. You're too ambitious. You're driven to succeed, and you will defend your beliefs. You're not going to just, tiptoe around here. You're not here to hide. You're not here to hide your light. It's like, enough is enough, okay? You're not going to tell us who is who now. Okay, these people all these witches are being seen. The magic's done. all the spells or thing, whatever they had on people. Say, for instance, if they had somebody like married them, they did a spell, they got them. All of them are breaking. There's gonna be a lot of divorces. There's gonna be a lot of broken engagements. These people are going to start seeing for what it really is. They're going to look at these people like, oh my God, I was really around this person, because they're coming off in such a way that, ooh, that was a good one. I was like, I felt it in my back, but that was a good crack. I'm happy. Thank you. That's like one of you guys just came and cracked my back for me. Thanks a lot. You made a lot good. So just know you were 7 of Pentacles, like I told you. Your hard work, your perseverance, you had a long-term view. And that's why you're at this 8 of Pentacles, where you're mastering your craft. Okay, you are doing everything possible to show that you want to, you know, develop your skills. You're showing people what you're capable of. People could clearly see this. This is not like being hidden anymore. It's what they wanted. They didn't want nobody to see you. So they figured by destroying you or trying to destroy you that, you know, you wouldn't be seen, or if you were being seen, that you would be seen as an undesirable. But that's not happening. That's not at all happening, because now, 9 of Wands, people see how brave you are. They see how courageous, okay? They see how hard you work, 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. They see that you just didn't let it stop. You could have got bitter. You could have said, I'm not doing this no more. I'm finished. I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. You could have easily said that. You could easily have quit. But you said, no. I'm going to keep going. If I got to start all over, I'll start all over. You called all your energy back and you started building. That's why they call you Bob the Builder. You're always building stuff over here, and then these fuckers try to knock it down all the time. But you're too brave now, 9 of Wands. They won't even come around now, because they know you know what's going on. It's like they did this when you didn't know what was going on. Come on. Of course it was gonna, you know, you probably had problems from their projections. Like they knew when to target you. When you're at your strength, full strength, nobody's gonna try to challenge you. Okay, you know it's really not gonna try to challenge. This is like the trifecta here. You're gonna have the entire Empress reverse, Empress whatever it was, High Priestess reverse. Now you have the Queen of Cups in reverse, okay? So that is in addition to the Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? That is in addition to the Queen of Swords in reverse and the High Priestess reverse. All those energies are out in the reverse, okay? While you're sitting here in 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands energy, showing the strength that you have, because you endured all this from these groups of witches. They wanted to bring you down. They could not bring you down. They thought, they've done this to people before. You're the first one who's ever survived it. And that is why this ended. You broke the curse. That's what happened. That's what happened, okay? That's why you're in complete control of the situation, okay? And that's why this Queen of Cups in reverse is getting bad karma here, okay? There's a lot of bad karma, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. They did not solve the puzzle, okay? They tried to steal your answers, steal your energy, steal all that, but they were still unable to solve the puzzle, even with all the help they had, okay? You were all by yourself here, and you still were able to, you know, you still were able to win this. You still were able to show that you're a Queen of Swords in this situation. You had boundaries, and you were not going to let anybody, you know, cross you. And that goes for a DM, that goes for any type of fucking new masculine, any physical, anybody. Nobody was going to, these energies were going to continue to follow you, but you made boundaries, you cut them off. Okay, they're going to try to go through different people to get to you, but you don't respond to them. That's the way it is, and then they die. They have to die off. That's just what happens, okay? They have to go. That is why you needed to become a Queen of Swords in the worst way, okay? Because you lacked boundaries before, but now you have you're completely aware of the boundaries you have now, and that's why I'm very proud of you, okay? Because, you know, these people now, this Queen of Cups, okay? They're being clearly seen as an 8 of Cups. People want to escape them. Clear as day showed that, okay? That your counterparts seeing them as, you know, 5 of Cups in reverse. They want to, you know, move on. They want to desire to reconcile, and, you know, this Queen of Cups. Anytime a Queen of Cups in reverse is going to be seen in a Wheel of Fortune in reverse, okay, with a 6 of Cups in reverse, is always going to be seen as a 8 of Cups, okay? I mean, that's exactly that. People want to escape this. It's a complete disappointment. This is a conditionally loving, you know, one-sided chariot person who's going through bad karma for what they did to you, trying to, you know, disrupt your 7 and 8 of Pentacles situation going here, okay? And this Queen of Cups is coming off unstable, okay? They're crying, they're screaming, they're saying that it's you that's doing all this stuff, they're saying that you are ruining their whole world, they're saying it's your fault, but that's not your fault at all. You didn't do anything. All you did was return back what this person did to you, okay? Now that's why you're building this new world, because you're exposing these demons, you know, they're being seen firsthand. Never has been done before. Firsthand. I mean, people knew it, this and that, but they still were never been so witnessed of somebody destroying something like you have. Okay, 4 of Wands. And now we're going to end it here, brother, because nothing can beat this. I always end it on that. End of the day, you are headed towards your happy home. You are headed towards your union. It clear as day is showing this, okay? This negative feminine energy is all being seen. It's being seen for pretty much every single energy you could imagine. And you are celebrating what you always, you never stopped thinking. You never lost that Seven of Pentacles, that long-term view towards it. You never, you just continued to be master. You made yourself, you were like, you made yourself a star. When they took your energy, you fought back and you said, I'm going to show you I'm a star. Okay, and that's why this Knight of Wands, that passionate energy, that adventurous, fearless energy is what got you here. Okay, so just know you are in complete control right now. You have to understand this. Complete control. All you have to do is just sit back and let them destroy themselves. You have to just starve them of the energy. They need you to respond. When you don't respond, this is when you win. So that's why my response to choice is no response. And I hope that maybe you could do that too. Don't let no Queen of Cups in reverse. That's why they're trying to get you to respond so they can get you back in a jackpot. If you just don't respond, they clearly as they will take themselves out. So guys, have a great night. I love you so much. I'll see you. Thanks for all my new subscribers, all the comments, all the likes. Listen, you're making me, you're helping me more than you have any idea. Like, so I will never forget this. Trust me when I tell you. Thank you so much. Okay, have a great day. Bye.